just being honest, but hopefully we'll get a chair. But while we're waiting, ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce Antoine Fuqua and Roland Emmerich? Maybe I will stand.
Okay, go.
Oh, thank you.
Everything. I mean, the strange thing is, I had to more or less at the very beginning of my career kind of find out that I don't like comic book movies because I didn't grow up in Germany, and we read more Hermann Hesse and Thomas Mann, people like that, and so, you know, I had to invent my own kind of films, and I think the high point was Independence Day, because at that time I worked with Devlin, and I just thought, you know, that you know, like, kind of do something about, you know, like, you know, about an alien invasion, and we used the example of a towering inferno, because it was like kind of the ideal situation, and yeah, and it was like kind of a really super hit.
I heard it did.
Okay.
The teaser you did made me want to go back and watch more of Roland's movies. A lot of fun. The question was,
What do you think fans would be surprised to learn about being a director in Hollywood?
I think there's so many things, but I would say that this, from the big, complicated sequences to what somebody's going to wear, can become stressful and difficult, right? It's like, there's days where the smallest thing could just become a nightmare, something you would never even think about. You know, like you show up, you're ready to shoot, and somebody put one of your actors in the wrong thing after you've done a couple takes, and you're like, fucking, the sun's going down, and your producer's telling you got to wrap. I mean, you know, you never know what it's going to be, but I think what I would say is it's always the unexpected. It's the small things that can be stressful.
I don't know if any of you have.
You know, like shooting was like maybe a month before. I learned that like he was shooting another one, which is called Olympus Has Fallen. And I said, this is so much a better title than White House Down. Honest to God. And I said, oh God, but we didn't, and I couldn't stop it. We had like casted with, you know, like the actors, and so I went through it. But I was always like new. Because I knew that you would come out first, and I knew that also like there will be an after.
Yeah, I was aware of it. I didn't think much of it in the sense of the audience, which one the audience would go see. I figured there's room for those stories. Obviously, two different directors, two different visions on it, and different actors. There's room for that. And then obviously, you're going to make a movie, you know, Roland Emmerich's making the same movie. That's daunting. But at the same time, it's challenging because, you know, it makes you step your game up. Because, you know that's coming. So it was more like a healthy competition. It was never negative for me. Like I said, I'm a fan of Roland's. And I knew it would be quite different, you know, type of film because, you know, I had a little more room, I think, in my film. It cost as much. It was a little more violent with my film. And I was sort of gauging that on the temperature of what I felt the audience was interested in, being so close to, not so far from 9/11 and other issues. I felt like I could make a grittier version because I didn't have as much money at stake. And so that's kind of how I saw it. But again, I'm a fan of Roland's, and you know, I never felt any negative competition. I really felt like I got to step my game up. It's Roland Emmerich. Don't fuck around.
So I definitely have to ask, Roland, did you see Olympus and did you see White House Down, and what was your reaction?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
What can I say?
You know, I mean, it's out of our hands once they distribute the movie. You know, it's like they have to sell the movie.
I actually saw it on a plane.
What?
Yes. Sorry, because I was like out of time. But I wanted to see it, and this was the first chance I could see it.
I appreciate that. I saw yours on the big screen.
It was a very,
I went to see his film on a big screen.
very big screen. It was like,
It was like, you know,
it was like yes. First class.
well, there you go.
So I'm fascinated.
Well, I'm proud of Emancipation's final battle because I did all that in camera. And that was complicated to do. And I was trying to do it in the least amount of shots and choreograph the battle between the Confederates and the, that was a tough one because of the heat. And I'm most proud of that we pulled that off. And we did that within a couple of weeks. It should have took at least a month, but we did that within a couple of weeks. And so I'm most proud of that.
I think I'm most proud of The Patriot because I was like really nervous because I shot with Mel Gibson, and he's himself a quite accomplished director. So you want to kind of not let anything go the wayside, and there was like one scene which I really wanted to show him that I'm like an amazing director, and this was like when they both stand and watch a battle, and I kind of had everything like totally planned out, and it went really well, and he was duly impressed, I have to say.
It's a great one. It's a great one.
One of the things that in the recent in the contracts recently was about AI and how AI is going to impact Hollywood. I'm curious for both of you, do you think AI, is it a tool that filmmakers can use? Is it something that's Hollywood's kryptonite? Like, what are your thoughts on AI and AI's future in Hollywood?
I think it's a tool. It's really, that's what it is. It will always stay a tool and is a tool. It's just like makes your job as a director more easy. That's what's really, I think, important. Because it's not like this AI, does everything for you. You still have to choose the right actor. You have to just shoot the right scenes. You have to just do the right thing, and then actually AI can really help you doing that.
So that's interesting because there are filmmakers who are like very opposed to any AI at all being involved in movies, but the truth is executives are going to find a way to get it in there in some way, shape, or form.
Well, it's a tool, as Roland said. It will remain a tool. We're creatures of habit, right? I remember when I started doing videos and commercials, and the first movies were all on film, shot film, film, and digital was the thing that we all kicked and screamed about. And then it turns out that it's fantastic, and still it's another paintbrush that we can use to do our work. AI is the same thing. The thing that I think people get most excited about AI is the thing that I think is the kryptonite, which is it doesn't replace human feelings, human emotions. There's things that only can happen in the moment with another human being that nobody can ever achieve.
We have another question sent in from director Louis Leterrier.
And so I, at one point, just give up because it's like is it your movie or mine? And that's what happened.
So how close did you actually get on that project? Were you like...
Very beginning stages. Because I kind of said like, gosh, you know, I mean, why is he so... I mean, it's like, for me, like, look, you know, I mean, I have to say, I'm do my stuff. And when I cannot do my stuff, I'm like totally not interested. As simple as that. So when somebody else wants to say something to me and is more powerful than me, then I chop immediately out. Oh, okay, so I chop out.
Is there anything else? Well, we can move on to something else.
The marketing boss there said, now it's on my watch to kind of make this movie known to America. And he was like kind of, I think like fired like 3 months later. So that was like the best, and I have to say there was one movie which I really kind of was very in tune, and we shot all these beautiful traveling shots, and then everybody constantly said the movie is too long. So, and it was 10,000 BC, and I kind of cut out everything which was like good about this movie, and it tested worse and worse and worse. And you cannot really restore anything. You know, you cannot restore a movie. So, because you're way too deep into the finishing of the movie. So it's you know, running out of time. So this is like a movie which I would have loved to kind of make 5, 6, 7 minutes longer. I mean, it's you look. I'm always on pretty much like informed about everything that's created, and this was a way to kind of make a movie more dirty, you know, because the creator looks quite dirty, and because of that, it's like I think it was my last. The favorite movie of mine. The Creators as a genius movie, and go watch it because it's actually one of the most amazing movies ever made. And so that said, it has, and there was a reason behind it. You know why he shot it with consumer camera.
We have another fan question from someone named.
Let's say early 80s after Christ. So, and it's naturally because 30% of everything what happened at Rome.
I've not seen any for 3. But perhaps on the other side.
They spend 30% of their money for games.
Okay.
And when you like see this today, I mean, we spend maybe like 5, 6, 7% of our money. You know, on that, and so this, you know, like shows how important sport was, and also how, you know, people, you know, like kind of distracted it. They wanted to use it as distraction, and that's like kind of what I wanted to show.
The
Is Kwame, is a kid who. Is snatched in Namibia, and he kind of just like kind of wants to save his 2 sisters, and is arrested too, and shipped to Rome, and naturally the mom, you know, like kind of follows them, and she wants to, you know, like kind of save him, but he has seen his father die. On the Roman hands, and all what he wants to do, he wants to free his sisters and you know, kill Romans, and then actually because he had he was like standing opposite, Domitian, who is one of the sons of Vespasian. He kind of says, he tells then later the guy with the hyena eyes, I want to kill him. And that was, for me, like a great story.
Kind of got chills when Denzel convinces Ethan Hawke, this is chess, not checkers. And I thought, he's so diabolical. If he seduces Ethan in this scene, if this works, then the movie could be special. Because he was such a dark character. He had to seduce the audience back into loving him and trusting him in order for him to wind up at Smiley's. And I think when we did that scene is when I felt like maybe we had something.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Imagine working with Prince, how eccentric he was too. I get a call in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. He flew me down to hang out a little bit. It was about minus 20 degrees. And I hear this voice wake me up and goes, what you doing? And I was like, what? Because he had a deep voice every now. And he goes, it's me. I said, who's me? And he wouldn't say his name. He was like, me. And then he said, the boss. I was like, who's boss? And he said, it's me, Prince. I said, what's up, man? He said, come to Paisley Park. Come now, I'm ready. And I was just like, we didn't even design the video yet. And so I went to Paisley Park and sent the car, and I show up, and there was more women than I've ever seen in one place, just lounging around, hanging out, making music. It was just bizarre. It was like a dream. And then about the steps, he had these long steps, and I see this figure walking down the steps, like Betty Davis or something. It was a red outfit, Paisley outfit, and the closer I got, the more I could see. You could see all the way through. It was like you could see everything. And he had the little cat suit on, and he goes, I'm ready. I was like, for what? I'm ready to shoot now. I was like, I'm not ready now. He goes, come on, just get your crew. How do you say no to Prince? So literally that night, I gathered the crew and all the girls and Giorgio Scali, my DP, and we shot that video that night. And to this day, it was like a dream. It was just like, that was it, And that's how you work with Prince. He just wakes you up in the middle of the night and says, I'm ready. And a Paisley outfit, you can see everything. I had to put a little shadow over it. That's Prince. I love him and always will. First. But I'm in the early stages of editing the film right now. Just wrapped May 30th. Very excited about it. I'm very happy with what we got in the can. Like I said, it's so early in the editing process. I don't want to talk too much about it. Michael was a big part of my life growing up, big influence on my career. An incredible artist, but he was a human being, and we're exploring that. But I'm very excited about it.
I mean, it's always different. Every marketing department is different. Some totally listen to you, and some like say, what does he mean? And I was always like at the very beginning of my career, a lot cutting my own trailers and teasers. And they always worked a little bit better than what they did. And there was one moment, where I kind of thought, we had kind of a really two good teasers, and it was Godzilla, and I did the first teaser, I shot it, and cut it, and it went really well, and then I used the scene of the movie, and it was the second teaser.
Yeah, they have
and then all of a sudden they decided, this